So before I start, don't think for a single second that I'm here to minimize anyone's feelings. If you're enraged or upset about patch 0.1416, feel your feelings. I'm here for you. I understand why you feel this way. Click off the video if it angers or distresses you. But be angry, be upset, disgruntled, whatever you are. You're entitled to feel, and I empower you to lay your opinions down in the comment section. Just keep it clean. You guys know the rules. But I just had a friend start playing Tarkov a month ago, and he built a PC for the sole purpose of playing Escape from Tarkov, and I can relate. I did the same thing back in 2019, and that's all I wanted to do was play Tarkov with my PC. I didn't know about Steam or any of the potential that building a modern gaming PC would bring. The thought of creating videos or using CapCut or DaVinci Resolve never even crossed my mind for years. But we've been playing every weekend, and I was looking forward to continuing our escapades this Friday, and I'll be honest, I don't think that's going to change. I'm mad at BSG. They've been caught red-handed, but I love the game, and I'm not going to stop playing. How ironic that the name of the most controversial update to Tarkov revolves around the words unheard. Now, I know they're hearing us now. Now is the biggest content creators with in-game items named after their likeness are writing off the game for good. Even the smaller Discord communities that I belong to are in uproar. And I can't find anything positive amongst it all. And I'm worried. I just started to create content, and I wanted Tarkov to be the focus of my YouTube channel. So where do small guys like myself go from here? You know, what about the casuals like myself that play for a few hours for every couple of days? So I'm sitting here and I'm seeing the same characters streaming the same old Tarkov game. I'm not noticing too much of a difference right now, but don't get it twisted. I'm not happy with BSG. From releasing the Unheard Edition and attempting to use semantics to claim it's not DLC, to its toxic Twitter comments on other developers' tweets, and they're even scrubbing their website in real time while lvndmark is reviewing it. That's crazy. It's unhinged. As someone in Jesse Kazam's chat said earlier, it's the unhinged edition, not the Unheard Edition. So why does any of this matter? Well, there's been an edition of the game of their perpetual closed beta that has been dubbed the Edge of Darkness edition, or EOD as a lot of people refer to it. For as long as I've been following the game, maybe 7 to 8 years total, this along with 2 other editions has been the focal point of the purchase page on their website. Obviously, there's no Edge of Darkness edition on here right now, but we've always had the standard edition, we've always had the Left Behind, and then there was, and then there's Prepare for Escape. So there's 2 others aside from this main one here, which was Edge of Darkness until recently. EOD had some arguably pay-to-win aspects like instant access to the biggest stash one can achieve in the game. You can see that's still included here, but that's always been there, right? It dates back to when Pestily and lvndmark were still small-time streamers playing some obscure FPS game called Escape from Tarkov. So we don't know anything aside from having that Edge of Darkness edition. And the pay-to-win argument on that has been laid to rest a long time ago. Yes, I do own EOD, and I have for at least 4 years. EOD boasted many perks like the stash upgrade, along with the full access to all future DSL as a season pass. Now, I don't have it here, but BSG has clearly defined the season pass on their website as the season pass is access to additional paid content, DLC, and they put it in parentheses, that will not need to be purchased separately by season pass holders. The season pass is only included with the Edge of Darkness pre-order package. So it clearly states that the season pass is only included with Edge of Darkness. So that's unique. And when we bought this, we thought we were getting something really special. So you buy EOD and any and all DLC is included, right? Wrong. Now you have to pay $250 to purchase the Unheard Edition that includes a new DLC that's an offline single player or co-op version of the game. PvE is what they call it. But Battlestate Games went back on their word with EOD, period. There's no sugarcoating it. What the f, guys? EOD was supposed to include all DLC. This offline single-player PvE mode is a DLC. You can't use semantics to explain it away. You were supposed to prop up those who have been unheard. That's what this is about, right? Those who are unheard. So I want to take us back a little bit. I want to give us a little history lesson and find out where all this stupidity begins. Well, BSG also thought they were listening to the unheard back when they released Arena. Arena was supposed to give the players who are used to that fast-paced combat and Battlefield and Call of Duty an easy door to walk through. BSG thought they could tap into that player base in those other games with their combat mechanics that are similar and eventually draw them into the larger Tarkov world. Arena was released to Edge of Darkness users as promised, and I didn't have to pay a penny. Downloaded it, played it for weeks until the subsequent wipe when, I stopped playing because regular Tarkov is more interesting to me. But Arena wasn't bad. It was okay for what it was. Arena had its own problems revolving around progression and such, but overall, it was just another FPS, capture the flag, deathmatch, etc., kind of shooter. Unfortunately, it just wasn't special, and it flopped. BSG continued to work on the regular Tarkov extraction shooter portion of the game and released roadmaps, did their normal press releases. Everything appeared to be normal, despite the obvious elephant in the room about Arena's failure. Then the microtransactions appeared. Before this unheard patch, they removed the EOD edition. At the time, it didn't appear that sinister, and it coincided with new, smaller microtransactions that revolved around increasing stash space one line at a time, or in the case of the clothing, were clearly not pay to win. So it made sense. Kinda. Now, at that time, many content creators were publishing videos on microtransactions in Tarkov, and it was explained away. So one of the most convincing videos that I saw was released by Riloe Gaming. I got his channel here, and that video is called, if we go to it, The Financial Report That Killed Tarkov. In his video, he explains BSG's potential reasons behind the need for microtransactions, and it was compelling. Riloe did some serious research on BSG's financials and the impact that developing, marketing, and rolling out Arena potentially had on their P&L report. Again, this is potential because that information won't be released, I think, until around this time. It's like their tax information and stuff that they have to publicly post. So we don't know what it really looks like for 2023, but he compares the previous years of 2021 and 2022 and yada, yada, yada. If you have time, check out that video. It'll be in the description. I don't care if you leave this video right now and don't even come back because you get what you need from him. I just hope that this helps you. If this helps you in some kind of way in dealing with these crazy emotions and, the way that the community has been dealing with this most recent patch, if this helps you in some kind of way deal with that, then I've succeeded. Knowing, as they say, is half the battle. But arming myself with that information that Riloe has provided about the potential significant losses BSG has incurred as a company, I'm able to come to this conclusion. BSG is severely in the red after the Arena flop. They need money badly. So that explains the need for the microtransactions, and I love the game, so who cares as long as they don't cross the line into the blatant pay-to-win schemes. If BSG is profitable and breaks even, then great. That's to my benefit because I love Tarkov and I want its development to continue. So BSG is broke, and now I'm starting to believe, since the release of patch 0.14.6, that even these new microtransactions just haven't been paying out as much as they thought. They developed this new Unheard Edition in a desperate attempt to rope in new players who want EOD that's no longer available, and also charge the current EOD owners. Yet the EOD player base has been guaranteed that if they spent the whopping $150 or $120 discounted price before it was taken down, that they would get access to all future DLC. And BSG clearly went back on their word on that. Not to mention, they included some pay-to-win aspects into the Unheard Edition, like increased starting level of character skills, a unique radio item that gives you discounts to in-game transactions, and even with 6+ fence rep, NPC scavs won't shoot you at ranges over 60 meters away. And I added that NPC into there for people who don't know, who may be wanting to try Tarkov. You never know who's coming on board and watching. Honestly, most of the people who watch my videos are beginners, so they don't really know the lingo. But this, out of everything, is definitely pay to win. For them to say that they weren't going to do those kind of aspects, I mean, that's just going back on their word as well. And I mean, there are features all over this that clearly make EOD completely obsolete. Starting with the weapon case, that's The Lucky Scab junk box. I mean, I usually get that at the beginning of wipe. I buy one. Ammunition case. Some of these weapons are just really good. Twice the amount of rubles. And the list just goes on. And obviously, this is just if you go with the USEC, so it's pretty similar except with Western weapons. I mean, those types of things are like end game for a casual like me. I'm 4 months into wipe and I'm level 26 and I don't have an ammo case because of the prices that they've been on the flea market. Like I said, I'm a casual, so lay off, guys, all right? I've owned them in other wipes, okay? Plus, I do a whole lot less playing now that I'm trying to create content. But anyway, it's all bullshit. This entire unheard of patch, it's bullshit. It's like they went into a room, they talked about the things that would piss us off the most, and they said, okay, let's triple that. Now, let's not forget to mention this entire package is $250 fucking dollars. I mean, where in the world are you going to find people who want to make that kind of investment in a video game? Aside from the ones who already have, like the Edge of Darkness owners. I mean, COVID has driven all sorts of prices skywards, and that can kind of explain why they would think their game is worth this much, maybe. But what in the world? I mean, this is just asking for people to replace Tarkov with another game, or gives the people who don't own it even less incentive to play. You can see that I obviously only have to pay $100, but that's because I bought the Edge of Darkness edition. Like, I think I was mentioning that before in the video. But if I didn't, it's only $100 for me because Edge of Darkness was $150. So if the total price is $250, then I'm only going to pay the difference. Again, like I said, it was like one of the cool things I thought BSG had going for them, but now I just have a bad taste in my mouth with the whole company. Oh yeah, but then there's the last line here. Don't forget this. Oh my goodness. That's even more distressing. It says there's going to be a future new unique item that will be introduced that will allow players to call in their friends. The worst part is there's no further explanation. Will this be in the new PvE mode only? Both modes? Where's the press release on any of this? This whole thing, there's no information. It was implemented overnight without a peep from BSG, which is even more conclusive evidence that they've set this all up so that the only thing that you can talk to is this purchase button right here. But let me just try to play the tape through on this distress signal thing a little bit further. At first glance, I don't think it's needed, like, at all. But if it truly does alert the entire map to its use, it says there's a loud signal and a bright flash. It could be like a dinner bell similar to the airdrops. Everyone is aware it's happening, and it could potentially be a way to encourage more PvP if implemented properly. But where's the explanation? You know, like, I'm just theorizing right now. But again, you know, why implement this at all? Jesus, like, it's, if the timer on your friends joining is similar to how we join raids now, it could be an easy way for players in the raid already to set up in the area the signal is going off in and ambush those coming in. And if that's the case, people would use it less, similar to how nobody cares about airdrops. So I could see a lot of these Unheard Edition changes having a similar fate. The majority of the Tarkov community always has a negative reaction to major changes to the game. It's always a knee-jerk, like, what the hell? You know, everybody's up in arms. You know, honestly, I'm hoping, just like these other implementations, this blows over eventually. When you're a casual like me, it doesn't seem to affect the overall state of the game to keep me from playing. You know, these changes never have in the past, but I'm worried about the way that it makes other people feel, because I need you guys in the game to play against. The skills that the experienced players and the Chads have in this game, those aren't going away. I mean, they're still going to be running around, jiggle peeking, you know, outplaying my dumb ass who's just prone on the ground, just waiting for them to run through a wall, and then they jump through and then, you know, spin on me, and, you know, all that's still going to be there. But I'm hoping that those Chads and those diehard players, you know, aren't turned off too much, because, like I said, I'm still going to be here, and your skills aren't going to go away just because somebody else has expanded PMC pockets. Like I said, I'm not trying to minimize anybody's feelings, but a lot of this stuff, to me, doesn't really matter. I watched the entire Tarkov community implode today. Pestily, Landmark, Jesse Kazam. Let's just go to my YouTube history right here. Look at all this. Look at all these guys here. I mean, Sheaf GG, Airwing Marine, One Peg, Landmark, Giga Beef, Glorious E, all of these guys. I mean, even Nice Guy. I mean, he changed his name. Our beloved news guy changed his name to just Nice Guy, plain Nice Guy, in protest. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of emotions out there. And what does it mean for me, right? That's what it all comes down to. Like the guy who just plays a few hours every night, if I can. I mean, sometimes it's a few hours every other night. But I don't think I'm spending any money on the Unheard Edition. I don't need it. And if you agree, you can continue to play with whatever edition you have as well. If you don't agree, that's perfectly fine as well. I understand there's a lot of great games out there, and the gaming world will go on. I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping there's something out there that's more entertaining to me as Tarkov, because I know what this game has brought to me as a person, and it's just, nothing gets my heart rate pumping like Tarkov. Nothing makes me feel the way that Tarkov does. And I've been waiting for something to come along. I always take major breaks at this time in wipes. I'm playing a lot of Helldivers right now. It's just a lot of fun just going around shooting things, and, you know, it's just a good game. But ultimately, you know, nothing out there, it doesn't get my heart rate up, right? It doesn't make me feel the way that Tarkov does. Tarkov invokes actual emotions from me. I don't know what will happen in the future. I'd like to think BSG will roll back this whole thing, you know, some, if not all, right, of this bungled Unheard Edition. But I don't think they will, honestly. I think we just have to find our own ways of moving on. They cared enough to put some quality of life fixes into the game with this patch. So I know they want to do good by their community. I know they do. I've seen that over the years. But their convictions are so strong. They always have been. And that's why it's so good. That's why Tarkov is so good and genre defining. They've made their own genre. Unfortunately, I think those convictions that BSG has have backfired here. I don't think they know how to admit when they're wrong. They're trying their best right now to defend themselves on Twitter, and it's just coming off as scummy, honestly. It appears they're just trying to lie their way out of this. So I'll log in with my buddy this weekend, and we probably won't notice anything different except for those new blue names and that little Unheard Edition symbol. Yeah, you know, I hope that this video was helpful to some people. You know, if you're just more pissed off, I apologize. That wasn't what I'm trying to do here. I'm just telling you my experience. I'm just telling you my emotions, where I'm at mentally. Because like I said, man, I'm worried as a Tarkov content creator. I'm trying to start something off here. You know, that's in the back of my mind, but I'm also just a casual player. I wanted to try to represent those who are like me out there. And anyway, until next time.